Have you ever seen an old watch that glows in the dark? It seems magical, right? But behind that faint, eerie glow lies one of the most chilling stories of the 20th century. A story of bright young women, a wonder element, and a corporation that knew its product was poison. This is the tragic tale of the Radium girls. Back in the 1910s and 20s, radium was the new miracle element, discovered by Marie Curie. It was hailed as a cure-all, put into everything from toothpaste to water, and its most popular use, luminous paint. Across America, factories hired young women, their hands thought to be nimbler, to paint watch faces with this glow-in-thawed radium paint. They were the Radium girls, and their jobs were considered glamorous. They earned good money, 3 times the average factory worker, and they literally shone to get a fine point on their brushes. Their supervisors taught them a deadly technique called lip pointing. They'd dip the brush in the radium paint, then put it in their mouths to shape the tip. Dip, lick, paint, repeat. All day long, they were told the paint was harmless. The girls even played with it, painting their nails, their teeth, their clothes, all for a laugh. When they'd go out at night, they would glow, earning them the nickname Ghost Girls. They were the living, breathing embodiment of the atomic age's excitement. But the glow soon faded, replaced by something much more sinister. The first sign was usually a toothache. Then the teeth would fall out. Dead jaws would swell up and develop massive, painful abscesses. The dentists who tried to help were horrified. When they pulled a tooth, a whole chunk of the jaw would come with it, honeycombed and brittle. They called it radium jaw. It was a horrifying, agonizing necrosis, where the bone was literally being eaten away from the inside. What was happening? The radium they were ingesting was chemically similar to calcio. So, their bodies mistook it for a nutrient and deposited it directly into their bones. And once it was there, it never left. Radium has a half-life of 1,600 years. Inside their bodies, it was relentlessly bombarding their cells with radiation, destroying bone marrow, causing anemia, and riddling their skeletons with tumors. There, bones became so fragile they could shatter from the slightest pressure. As more and more girls fell ill with the same terrifying symptoms, the company, the United States Radium Corporation, did everything it could to cover it up. They denied any link between the sickness and the radium. They hired their own doctors to release reports claiming the girls were suffering from syphilis, trying to discredit them and ruin their reputations. They lied, they obfuscated, and they hoped the problem would literally die and be buried. But a few brave women refused to be silenced. Led by a woman named Grace Fryer, a group of 5 dying factory workers from New Jersey decided to fight back. They were so sick they could barely raise their arms to take an oath in court. One couldn't even sit up without a back brace. The press dubbed them the living dead. Their legal battle was grueling. The company used every delay tactic in the book, hoping the women would pass away before a verdict could be reached. But they held on. Their case became a national sensation, exposing the horrific reality of corporate greed and the dangers lurking in the workplace. Although they settled out of court for a sum that barely covered their medical bills, their fight was monumental. Their struggle led directly to the establishment of stronger worker safety regulations and the creation of the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA. Their sacrifice paved the way for protections that save countless lives to this day. The Radium girls themselves faced slow, agonizing deaths. Many were buried in lead-lined coffins to contain the radiation. For decades after their deaths, if you held a Geiger counter over their graves, it would click, a ghostly reminder of the poison they carried. Their story is a haunting example of industrial Gothic horror, a real-life nightmare where the factory itself consumed its workers. It's a powerful, somber lesson about the human cost of progress and the incredible courage of those who fight for justice, even from the grave. Thank you for watching. If you found this story as moving as I did, please like and subscribe for more forgotten history.